A flight attendant frantically uses her body to hold down the continuously lifting cargo hatch. She initially thought there was just a stowaway hiding below, but what happened next filled her with dread. The thick hatch door began to bulge and distort, as if being pushed from within, and then a monster emerged from the cargo hold. With such a bizarre creature on board, you'd think the plane would surely spiral out of control and crash. But weirdly enough, it made a perfectly smooth landing at JFK Airport. After the plane came to a stop on the taxiway, however, this aircraft carrying 210 people fell into a deathly silence. No matter how much the control tower called, there was no response from the plane. All its lights were out, every window shade was drawn shut, and there wasn't a single sound or movement from inside the entire cabin. Strangest of all, even though the plane had just landed, the entire fuselage felt completely cold to the touch, not a hint of residual warmth. It was as if this giant machine had instantly turned into a massive, icy steel coffin. The control tower supervisor immediately reported the situation. In under 10 minutes, a convoy of police, transportation officials, and CDC vehicles arrived with sirens blaring, swiftly sealing off the scene. Faced with this eerie airliner, the highly alert CDC team realized this was no simple hijacking. They feared a potential biohazard threat. To check for any survivors inside the cabin, the CDC decided to launch an investigation right away. Leading the team was Dr. F, accompanied by a bio-expert named Nora. They then suited up in full-body hazmat gear and carefully entered the plane. But when their flashlight beams swept across the passenger cabin, they didn't find the bloody chaos they expected. Instead, they were met with an even more chilling, utter stillness. Over 200 deceased passengers were sitting upright in their seats, perfectly orderly. Their complexions looked normal, their skin showed no decay, it was as if they were merely asleep. Furthermore, the entire cabin showed no signs of struggle or panic. It was as if death had come upon them all in an instant, giving them no time to react. The only unusual thing inside the plane was the pungent smell of ammonia hanging in the air. This smell was highly unusual, typically only coming from certain waste products or special preservatives. With her professional instincts, Nora immediately sensed something was wrong. She quickly signaled to F to turn on the ultraviolet spotlight. The moment the purple light clicked on, the true horror was revealed. The once pristine cabin was now covered in horrifying splatter patterns, like some kind of biological fluid. These stains were everywhere, on the walls, the ceiling, the seats, with the heaviest concentration around the cargo hatch cover. F instantly realized the cargo hold was likely the source. He immediately contacted his assistant, Jimbo, outside the plane, urging him to check the cargo manifest right away. Meanwhile, Nora noticed something odd. The cockpit door, which should have been secured, was standing open. Cautiously, she made her way inside alone. As she examined the lifeless body of the captain, he suddenly jerked back to life. Nora stumbled backward in shock, but before she could even process this, she realized two other survivors had silently appeared behind her. Hearing Nora's startled cry, F rushed toward the cockpit. On his way, he unexpectedly collided with a fourth survivor. After a thorough check, a spine-chilling fact emerged. Out of the 210 people on board, only 4 had miraculously survived.